In ancient Egypt, the wealthiest believed they could build their way to forever. They called it the House of Eternity. And for those who could afford it, these tombs became the most obsessive project of their entire lives. Picture the Nile Valley around 2500 BCE. Limestone cliffs rose gold in the desert sun. The pharaohs and their elite had already watched countless tombs crumble into dust, mud brick dissolving back into the earth like it was never there. So they made a decision. Stone, granite, quarried, cut, moved by thousands of workers. It was the language of permanence. Stone meant immortality. Stone meant you wouldn't be forgotten. But here's what made these tombs different from anything we'd call a grave today. They weren't meant to hide the dead. They were meant to resurrect them. An Egyptian tomb owner would spend decades, sometimes their entire adult life, commissioning artists to carve their portrait into the walls. Not just once, hundreds of times. In different poses, different ages, different moments. A man hunting, a woman making an offering, a family at dinner. The walls became a visual autobiography, a complete record of a life already lived, frozen in stone before death even came. And beside each image, scribes would carve hieroglyphic spells, instructions for the afterlife, maps for the soul, protection against demons. The Egyptians believed in something called the Ka, a spiritual double, a life force that continued after death. But it needed a home. It needed a place to recognize itself. Your portrait on the tomb wall was supposed to be that anchor. When your Ka woke in the afterlife, it would see your face and remember who you were. The tomb wasn't a place to rest. It was a place to meet yourself. The catch? Only a handful of Egyptians could ever afford this. A single stone tomb could cost what a farmer earned in a lifetime. So for most people, the House of Eternity remained a dream, something they could glimpse in the monuments of the rich, knowing they'd never have one of their own. But here's the question that haunted them. If you couldn't build a House of Eternity, if your tomb crumbled and your portrait was lost, did you ever really exist at all?